Shalom. First thing and foremost, I'm going to give all praises and glory and honor that's due to Yahweh Bashim Yahweh Shai Hashem Kakwadash. Double honors to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone and Ruwell. Blessings and salutations to the hopeful elect. Who is in his gospel abroad, lifting up the standard of Yahweh Bashim Yahweh Shai, wherever it may be. This is just a quick lesson through the Spirit. Just a quick exhortation. I know a couple of brothers done a few lessons on this, so I just wanted to continue the Spirit, as we know that the Spirit is like the wind, and the Scripture said that we all speak the same thing, become in one mind, one doctrine, the same mindset, because that's how the Holy Spirit works. But it says FBI and DHS warn of possible copycat attacks following the New Orleans attacks. And you got to ask yourself, like I mentioned in my last video, how the hell would they know such ordeal? You know, if they wasn't the ones that was behind it, or if they wasn't have some type of insight onto what was happening. You know, but Edom likes to dupe the people, you know. But anyway, this is just a lesson because, you know, brothers, you know, just to warn brothers and to keep brothers in a sober mindset. As the scriptures say, don't be reckless. Okay, we can't be reckless and giving into our own dainties and, you know, our own mindsets and our fleshly, you know, attributes, you know, that each and every last one of us have. You know, like prime example with this New Orleans attacks. They attacked, I believe it was like what the guy allegedly attacked. Well, it's not allegedly, but the guy basically power drive the vehicle through a group of people that was celebrating New Year's Eve, which, you know, we warned Jake about that wicked ass holiday and that nothing good could come from it. Okay, you even had a couple of house parties that got shut up. I believe 2 people got shot out here in KC, and the list goes on. But being in massive gatherings is not the best thing or the most circumspect thing to be a part of, especially in this day and age when this type of shit is going down. You know, so just an exhortation to brothers out there that may like to travel or to go to certain places where there's a crowd. It's probably not the best or in your best interest to do these things because, you know, I was watching this video here, and I'm gonna play it. Matter of fact, I'm gonna play some of it. It was a video. It says, former CIA targeted officer, what's coming for 2025 Babylon. And she was basically going into the account on how they may attack stadiums and grocery stores and public venues. And I mean, it's really up in the air at this point. Okay, no place is safe. Even they're considering grocery stores soft targets. And yet all of us, we need to go to the grocery store in order to get food, you know, to feed ourselves. But hey, even those places will be some type of danger zone, because now Esau Edom, he's coming down with great wrath because he knows he have but a short time. So what type of spirit we ought to be in when this type of ordeal is transpiring? Okay, like we in football season, and I believe basketball season is coming up next, and I think because I think the All-Star game is coming up in February, if I'm not mistaken. But you got the Super Bowl that take place, I believe, next month. Now, whatever team make it, I don't know. I assume it may be Kansas City Chiefs and some other team, and they have a celebration down here in KC, which is crazy, down in Power and Light. And something can very well go down, okay? Because, I mean, you're going to have pretty much 2/3 of the city going down to this public venue called Power and Light District to celebrate if the Kansas City Chiefs win. You know, and I mean, it's all types of shit. Motherfuckers jumping off light poles and on police cars. They inside at the bars. People getting sloppy drunk. I mean, it's crazy, man. So that could very well be a possible hard target that Esau Edom can stage an attack, man, because why not? Okay, we saw that last year during the Kansas City Chiefs parade. You know, that shooter, alleged mass shooter, which I can't recall how many people didn't die, but my whole team there that I work with, most of them went down there to that parade, and they were like, "You coming?" I'm like, "Nah, I'm not coming. I'm not going to that shit." You know, I mean, it sounds good. It sounds entertaining. You know, you get to go down there and be social. You know, there's a lot of women and all that other craziness, but overall, man, you know, right after somebody got shot. So who's to say that that won't happen again if they go to the Super Bowl? So it's just a strong exhortation, man. Stay away from these crowded places. Like me personally, I won't be attending any football or baseball games. If it's gonna be a game, it's gonna be a preseason game. That's if it's that though, because I mean, honestly speaking, you just don't want to be around that many people. Just not circumspect. And we understand that the goal of these T groups, which is set up by Esau, is to get as many casualties as possible and to generate as much fear as possible, man. Okay. So anyway, I'm gonna play that video in a minute, but I want to read a couple of precepts. This is Proverbs 22:3. It says here, this is the New Living Testament. It says a prudent person foresees danger and take precautions. And this is the reason why we're exhorting brothers, man. Okay, because hey, the rest of these people, they are in darkness. Okay, they don't have the light, but us, we have the light, we have the understanding, we have the wisdom, we have the knowledge. Last thing you want to hear is that one of the brothers was at a event and all of a sudden some shit went down and all of a sudden he got trampled over or got arrested or, got caught up in the attack and, now he doesn't have his life or he's injured. Then all of a sudden, it's going to be a bad look on the ministry. What was you doing there? And ultimately, he will have to bear the consequences of that because, he didn't take heed to the warnings. Like I said, when Kansas City Chiefs play and they end up winning, which they probably will give it to them because, those games are scripted. I don't believe for 1 second. I mean, I know they're decent, but they, the season they had is just like, come on, bro. They've been actually winning by, seems to be luck. But those games are scripted, man. All right. And you can't tell me nothing else. Them games are scripted. They know who's going to win. It's just bread and circuses. Don't over put your spirit into these dainties in Babylon because it's just all it is entertainment. But I know once they win the Super Bowl this year and everybody goes down in power and light, I won't be there. Okay, I don't give a fuck what's there, who's there. I won't be there. Okay, because we had a tradition here in Kansas City that, we'll catch the first half of the game in my crib or brother crib, and then we may go like a little bar or something holding a wall, which is usually pretty cool. But even with that nowadays, we got to be hella circumspect, because sometimes you may just want to get out the crib and, get a bite to eat and get something to drink and, kick it with the bros, which ain't nothing wrong with that. But even then, being circumspect because Jake ain't even in a right mind. So how much more we have to be extra on point. But it says a prudent person foresees the danger and takes precautions, but a simpleton goes blindly on and suffers the consequences. So, hey, man, if you in these places, be careful. Okay, even when you go into the malls, you're going shopping, you're picking your kids up from school, you're going to baseball, you're going to your kids. And another thing, too, a lot of brothers got kids that play sports. Schools are targets, too. Your kids may be playing soccer or they may be on the varsity basketball team or in gymnastics. Those places can very well be soft targets, especially in these major cities like Chicago, New York, LA. Well, LA is already through. All right, LA's been through for the last 10 years. But, places like Dallas or Houston, Miami, the big major cities, the ones that stand out, you can expect these things to go forth. Chicago, New York, mainly. But it says here, the simpleton goes on blindly on and suffers the consequences. So you don't want to be this individual. Okay, you don't want to be this individual in a hospital somewhere because somebody blew something up and a piece of your fucking skull fragment is missing. So just got to be prudent, brothers, man. This is some dark times we living in. You want to get caught up in that. Ephesians 5:15, it says, see that you walk circumspectly, not as fools, but as wise, all right? Redeeming the time because the days are evil. We ain't in fucking 2012 no more. Even those times were dangerous. Okay, anything after 2012, after 2011, 2001, hey, man, it was up and everything was volatile from that point because they've been promising Nueve Once style attacks since that happened, since the 2001 attacks. This society has been on edge. This is when the security parameters, this is pretty much when they decided to militarize this country. And we've been under a police state ever since then, believe it or not. All right. But this ain't the year 2000 no more, man. This ain't 1998. Okay. This ain't that no more. Okay. You can't just go out freely and enjoy yourselves because, people are doing crazy shit. Like the FBI, they said, look, we suspect X, Y, and Z. And they suspect these things because, believe it or not, I believe they in on this shit. All these agencies. And they're targeting certain areas because they want to be able to control narratives and they want to be able to point fingers at people. Okay, so the last thing brothers need to be doing is associating themselves with these big ass crowds, man. Okay, if you got a woman and she wants to go down to these events, then let her go by her goddamn self. If she don't like it, fuck it. Go find another man. You know? Well, baby, I want to go to the club. Nah, fuck that shit, man. You know, and me personally, I don't like clubs. Clubs is off limits this year, you know. So I don't even know if I even want to go to bars like that. But even then, you know, brothers, we like to go to bars from time to time. And, you know, we go to a couple of bars and kick it. We go to little laid back spots. Ain't too much going on, you know. But even then, like I said, within those parameters, we have to be very careful. Okay, we're not saying that brothers can't go out and have fun and do things, but really we should be focused and fixated on these scriptures, man. You know, if you're in a place, make sure you can see exits. Like I try to sit near an exit. That way we able to get out, or I sit where I can see the whole room. You know, I never sit in the middle of a room because your back is going to be turned to somebody. Or if you so happens to sit in the middle of a room, make sure the seats are on the wall. That way you can see to your left, your right, in front of you, on the side of you. That way you can see your direction, plan your exit. You know, just about being circumspect. But redeeming the times because the days are evil. Wherefore be ye not unwise, but understand what the will of the Lord is, and be not drunk with wine, wherein there's excess, but be filled with the Spirit, all right? Because it's a lot of wickedness going on out here. Okay, Keisha's getting unalived left and right. You know, Jake just got unalived a couple of days ago in St. Louis that worked for Amazon, all because they was fighting over a bitch, a black fucking woman, man. You know, that's just too common of an event. But Jake is still crashing out over these damn women. You see, so you don't want to be you don't want to be that. All right. Last precept, 1 Peter 5. And I'm going to start at verses 8. It says, be sober, be vigilant, because your adversary, the devil, as a roaring lion, walketh about, seeking whom he may devour. Okay? So be careful, man. This devil, he's looking. Okay? The men of the Lord, hey, we are prime suspect and prime target number one when it comes to the devil's attacks. So we got to be extra careful, man. I mean, extra careful. If you go and you assess the situation, they call read the room. If something ain't feeling right, the vibe ain't right, get the fuck out of there, man. All right, don't stick around. Don't try to wing it or try to, you know, bring yourself together with it. If it ain't feeling right, then get the hell out of there, because we all have been in situations. Then we read the room and we didn't. It's like, nah, I ain't feeling this vibe at all. It's just don't feel right. You come in there, motherfuckers mean mugging you. They look like they want to do something to you. That's your cue to say, you know what, I gotta bounce, man. All right, but anyway, just a quick lesson, giving all praises and glory and honor that's due to Yahweh Shem Yahushai. Lord's will, you are edified. To the next lesson.